Hi students, welcome back to the class which is discussing about physical quantities and measurement. Today, let us discuss about some of the devices used to measure mass. We have already learned that mass is the amount of matter present in an object and its SI unit is kilogram. kg is the symbol. The other units of mass are gram, milligram, quintal, and metric ton. Heavy masses are measured in quintals and metric tons. 1 quintal equals 100 kilogram and 1 metric ton equals 10 quintals. Then we already know that 1 gram is equal to 1000 milligram and 1 kilogram is equal to 1000 gram. A beam balance is the simplest instrument used to measure mass. It is also known as tarasu. In a beam balance, the mass of an object is measured by comparing it with standard masses called standard weights. This is a simple beam balance. Here you can see the beam is marked. It can be straight or it can be curved. Here it is a straight beam and it is made up of iron. And at the center we can see a iron loop. So this is the iron loop. Within the iron loop at its center a pointer is fixed. There are two identical pans which is written here as scale pans. They are suspended at equal distances from the center at the two ends of the beam. The length and mass of the strings used to suspend these pans are also equal for both sides. The object whose mass has to be measured is placed on one of the pans. Standard weights are placed on the other side of the pan or the other pan until the metallic beam becomes horizontal and the pointer becomes vertical. The sum total of all the standard weights used gives the mass of the object. An accurate beam balance has the following features. Both pans must be of equal mass. Then both the arms must be of equal length. So these are the arms. So both the arms must be of equal length. Both the pans must be suspended with the strings of equal length and mass. Then when the pans are empty, the beam should be horizontal and the pointer should be vertical. Vertical means up-down position. Working principle of beam balance is that when two bodies with equal mass are placed on the two pans, they secure a state of horizontal balance of the beam. Other than this model, other models of beam balance are also available in shops. Nowadays, in many shops we can see electronic weighing machines. These machines display the mass of the object directly on a LCD display panel. In science lab, we use physical balance. It is a closed system. Since it is a closed system, it gives accurate, that means correct measurement. Next physical quantity that we are going to discuss is time. We know that the SI unit of time is second. Hour, minutes are also the units of time. Other than this, mean solar day also measures time. We know that 1 minute is equal to 60 seconds and 1 hour is equal to 60 minutes. 1 mean solar day is equal to 24 hours. That means Mean solar day is the time taken by the Earth to make one complete rotation about its own axis. That is 24 hours, right? Nowadays, for measuring time, we are using watches, analog clocks, and digital clocks. Analog clock means the one with hour hand, minute hand, and second hand. There, the time is read by reading the position of the tip of each hand. Whereas, digital clock is the one which displays the time as numbers. The time is displayed in hours and minutes, or here we can see the time is displayed in hours, minutes, and in seconds. But in olden days, there was no clock and all. During that time, people measured time with the movement of the sun, the moon, and the other heavenly bodies. The ancient Greeks developed sundial. This is the sundial. Here you can see a rod. Its shadow you can see on the dial where the numbers are written. So, the sundial worked on the principle that the shadow of a rod placed in it changes its position and length with the position of the sun. So, by looking at the position of the shadow of this rod, people used to tell the time. A sand clock was another device. This is the sand clock. You might have seen it. A sand clock worked on the principle that a certain quantity of sand falls from its upper chamber to its lower chamber in a fixed amount of time. We will be discussing more about time in the next class. Till then, take care. Thank you.